Welcome back, guys. Back at Pro League here, live at the Next Arena. We just had a pretty long, drawn-out one from ByuL, but he gets the win, sending CJ Entis to a 2-0 lead. We're about to jump into ByuL versus Reality, TVZ on Deadwing.
Yeah, this one should be a lot of fun. I'm excited to see how Reality's going to play. I think that's kind of like the most fun thing about this one, fellas, because we've seen ByuL play a lot recently, and he's playing like one of the best Zerg players in the world by far. It's going to be a very hard battle for Reality.
And a hard day for Samsung Galaxy Con in general.
Yeah, a ruthless day for them, actually. It's just really just not getting the matchups they wanted, I think, going into this. Very unfortunate.
I think CJ Entis is just saying, we want to get first place again. We want to get first place in round 3. They have so many good players. Even ByuL, we were talking about him. He's number 3. But he's still so good. Like, he's still now 8-5 in Pro League. That's pretty impressive. But now talking about ByuL, 9-5, 4-3. He's got some pretty good Pro League results, but I think his results in recent individual leagues are even more impressive.
Yeah, he's definitely an individual league player at this point. He's had so much success in Casper Cup, in GSL, and SSL. He's all in both of them right now. He even beat Life in his last SSL group stage. He is just unstoppable right now, and by far one of the best Zergs we have.
Yeah. You think about Maru and think about how good he is. ByuL goes toe-to-toe with that guy all the time. It's back and forth between these two. I think ByuL's taken 1 or 2 best of 5s. Maru's taken like a best of 3 here and there. And of course, in Pro League games, they face each other a couple times.
All right.
Here's Reality.
Yeah, this guy, he's like one of those players that just plays in every single online tournament in the universe.
He's a Leifang Cup champion.
He's actually is.
Like boom boom.
I mean, if you look at his stats and his recent results in old tournaments, like he's played a lot of online cups. He actually has a lot of success in them as well. But then you look at like the last time he played in like a LAN, and he lost to Lasira twice.
This guy lost to Boom Boom 0-2.
Oh, that doesn't matter.
In the Leifang Cup. I just want to point that out.
That doesn't matter, fellas. We can't count those ones. Never, ever.
Yeah, he might have been sick. I mean, he was playing from his house. So
yeah, these things
it's not the same.
A million different things could happen. The one thing I'm interested in, though, is the Lasira one. He got 2-0'd and then 2-1 by Lasira to get knocked out of the qualifier. That was his last TVZ in LANs. And so that's not looking too good going into this one because ByuL is on another level.
Yeah. No surprise here. 6 votes for ByuL over Reality. Definitely the most gigantic favorite, I think, even in all these matchups. I think it's going to be even more one-sided than the Hero versus Bravo one, in my mind at least.
I think so. It's very safe to say and very easy bet. We'll see when this game gets ready. Hard to say if it will there, judging by the Observer PC dropping.
Looks like our Samsung players having some troubles.
Already is some hiccups in this game. He's like, hey, it's broke. We already know it's broke before even the Casper Cup referee.
Seems like Reality didn't even know for a little bit. He's like, what? What's going on?
Interesting start there. Oh, looks like we have a little bit of a downtime, actually, Valdez. We're going to have to restart this game, remake it. So, Reality. When was the last time? I can't remember. We didn't get to cast the qualifier games for Casper Cup. So we didn't actually get to see how Lasira defeated him or how Reality was playing in this style. I'm very curious to see if he's one of those big mech players or he does like the Buyer.
Well, he used to be a mech player. I mean, he has that famous game against Sulky on Star Station, the 2-hour, 35 Blizzard time game. So he definitely does like to go for that mech more so than the ByuL, I believe. But like you said, we just do not get a lot of opportunities to cast this guy. He's only played 3 times in Pro League this season. If you think about that, we've already gone through 2 entire rounds. So,
and there's a reason to that as well. You know, he's just not finding success in the practice house. That's why he doesn't get to come out. He's been struggling for a while, and I think every time you look at a player who's playing in mostly online cups all the time, it's usually what you see the prime players do is one of the examples. These players that don't get much success in single leagues and doesn't get played much in Pro League, they turn to these kind of online practice avenues and ways to make money. It's kind of unfortunate, but it does show a lot about where they are in their career.
Yeah, it's very true. I mean, you won't see a guy like ByuL playing in many online cups. Yeah, we got Reality back in the lobby. This game is going to start in just a second, guys. Don't you worry. We're already starting that countdown now. Just tell your friends. It's going to be a very interesting and possibly long ZVT. Get to see that mech style. Everybody talking about how the Zerg deals with it after the Swarm Host removal. We'll see if Reality has an answer to shut down the Zerg entirely. This matchup in Deadwing. Wow, we had such a long delay. The song restarted later.
Oh, man. Yeah, kind of unfortunate. Here we go.
Anyway, guys, we're going to jump into game number 3, Deadwing, ByuL and Reality. Up here in the top left, in the yellow from CJ Entis, it is ByuL.
Down in the bottom right for Samsung, it's Reality. Cross map. It'd be a pretty nice position for a mech game.
Yeah, especially for Reality. I like it. It's going to give Reality, I think, the best chance possible to take a game from ByuL. Let's not count them out entirely. And in fact, it is a little bit closer than I even expected it between ByuL and Reality in the fan vote, 69-31.
Kind of a surprise, actually. I mean, this is ByuL we're talking about right now. I think there's a lot of like diehard Samsung fans and Reality fans that actually use this text.
They're like, we gotta pump up the team, you know, show that we're showing our support.
Yeah.
Because he's going into such a hard matchup, and it actually doesn't show the real feelings of what these fans are saying.
That's what I'm thinking, because I mean, the statistics and recent results and plays in general, I mean, it just doesn't make sense, fella. That in any way to give for. Never mind.
Ooh, I like this.
Wow, double.
You get the dual cam.
Double trouble, the GG girls.
First person view of the GG girls.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Mixing things up here at Pro League.
Yeah. So we are going to have that Hatch first.
Hatch Fest versus CC Fest.
No real surprise here, especially even though they don't know it, they will be cross spawns. It's going to be pretty safe for both of them to go ahead and do this.
Yeah, it is a big map in general. Very rarely you'd ever see much aggression on this map. Simply too far away for proxies to have much of an effect as well.
Well, we're going to have a bit of a longer one here.
We are, Valdez.
How have you been doing these days?
I've been doing very well, thank you. I've been going to the gym.
Oh, yeah.
I've been going on bike rides. I've been really
getting back into that.
I've been all healthy, man.
Yeah. You moved into a much better area.
That's right.
Just your quality of life has gone up a lot, I feel.
Yeah, by about 200%, I'd have to say.
Oh, yeah.
Like, simply put, I was not in a good part of town, to say the least. Yeah.
Well, a lot of people do that, especially you get your first house here. You're not really sure what the great places are, what the good places are to live, or the bad places even.
I didn't even get a choice when I came here.
That's part of it too. But
the agency Gem put me here, and yeah, they put me in the worst place in Korea. But luckily, contract was up. I got to find a new place, and much happier now. Yeah. I haven't got around to start streaming again yet, though, unfortunately. I got to get around to doing that. Yeah. I do miss streaming. I'm very sorry for all the people out there that watch my stream and haven't seen me in a while. But
they'll see it again. You'll be back.
Yeah, I've been settling in. It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Just give me a little bit of a break.
I myself am going to move soon as well, and I actually have my family here all the way from the U.S. So I've been showing them around, a lot of touring these days. Very, very busy. But it's been a lot of fun. Yeah,
your family's cool, Valdez. I like your family.
Yeah.
Very
Thanks,
nice.
Moonglade.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. I approve. Thumbs up. The top.
Thumbs up for the Valdez family.
Yep.
We're tops.
They're tops.
It's cool. I'm gonna join you on the bike rides soon. I want to.
You want to get a tandem bike with me, Valdez?
Yeah, let's do it. We'll go on some dates and get some coffee.
Yeah, man. I know the places now. Tasteless showed me them all. So we went on a nice romantic bike ride together. Had a bit of a mandate.
Tasteless still has his passion for loving dates with his boy Moon, his Moon and Stars.
Yep. You'll never say no to me, man.
Oh, man. let's see what we got going here.
No, let's keep talking about what we're talking about.
All right, Moonglade.
There's plenty going on in this game that we don't need to say. All right, we
got drones.
Well, we got still things are still working out. Looks like we are going to see probably Hellion Banshee from Reality going in this. I dare say we will see Mech. I'm pretty certain at this point.
Yeah, I would be extremely surprised if Reality wants to mix it up.
Oh, look at this. Very quick third base. 6-minute third base from ByuL as well. I like that. He's playing very greedy for the map. Very greedy considering what he sees as well.
He's literally only making drones. That's it. He's got some queens, so maybe not literally, but... yeah, just one gas. He's going to bank that up. No Zergling speed just yet. Just, like I said, banking that up. He's finally going to get that layer down. Just really trying to push out as many drones as possible.
I forgot your family can actually hear us, fellas. Big shout out to you guys.
They're in the studio. Got their headphones in. if you come to the studio, you can get those English headsets.
Yeah. Make sure you get the headsets. They're downstairs at the desk. And you get to listen to us. It's fantastic. Flawless commentary. Always. Always relevant as well.
Of course.
Scan goes down the natural. He's not going to find too much. You're going to see that Roach run, which will kind of tip off Reality that ByuL knows, that he knows that it's actually going to be Mech. He'll be like, aha, so this is what your plan is. I'm going to card counter it. And we have seen ByuL kill very early on.
We're going to see that Hellbat transformation. The armory finishes up. He's got also 5 Marines mixed in with this.
This could do a lot, actually. This could actually kill this third base or even get into the drone line. Roaches are on the way. We have 8 roaches on the way. He's going to have to pull his drones now. He cannot be taking drone damage.
There we go. Finally gets that drone pull. Hasn't lost too much just yet. The roaches do pop out. They're going to start getting to work.
Oh, so close. He almost lost a bunch of drones. Only losing 3 so far, but he's going to...
Oh, he's bringing them back. One more hit.
Oh, no. They're so low.
Great drone micro there from ByuL. Just barely... Oh! A roller coaster of emotions here in the studio.
That was way too much. Way too much.
Yeah.
But he only lost 6 turns in the end of all that. I was way too scared. That could have just been game-ending damage if he drone drilled through the wrong sort of part of the map into those Hellbats.
Yeah, ByuL was playing with fire, man. He got those roaches out probably like 10 seconds too late, but he still just manages to hold on. He has so many drones to back it up, and he does have that third base too, so even though he took some damage, a lot of mining time lost, but I think he's still in a decent position.
Yeah, he's fantastic. He's droning up that third base that's completely saturated at this point, except for the gases, so he's looking great. Probably want to add those extra gases, maybe even go for the 4th base. I wonder, is he going to look for a timing with these roaches or mutas, or kind of go either or and mix it up a lot? Go for the kind of composition manipulation there. Go a bunch of roaches, attack the front, force out tanks, go into mutas from there, force out Thors. You can go vice versa for a lot and try and pick apart at the army while it's still vulnerable until it gets to that mid game, and when the army gets above like 120 pop and it's just going to be ready for anything until it moves out.
I like the choice for tanks first here from Reality. Just, he knows roaches are already out on the map. Just be safe against those first. And there are those mutas finally showing up. 9 on the way.
9 mutas on the way. And let's have a look-see at what we have from Reality. No anti-air.
Does he even have turrets up?
No turrets.
That's his first engineering bay.
Yeah. He should maybe have them in
If he starts them right away, I think he should be enough because this map is so long.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
And he also starts 2 Thors, so.
Only 2 tanks at the front here. Going to be enough to deflect this small amount of roaches. And yeah, he started the turrets. Really good timing, actually. Oh, big Hellion run by into the 3rd base. There is nothing here to defend. We're going to see some drone damage for sure.
This is just way too many Hellions. 2 Queens are never going to kill this many Hellions. Already doing 12 drones in damage and more to come. Oh, boy.
Yeah, this is actually doing a lot. 19, he's going to have to completely re-drone this 3rd base.
Oh, but at the same time, Thor will go down here for free.
Oh, this is the next thing. It's actually really big. There's no turret in this natural. If we see ByuL take full advantage of it right now, he might be able to just shut it down completely.
Oh, man. He's getting such a nice little position. Snipes at a tank. Just micring in and out of that turret. ByuL, he's so good with his mutas.
Oh, they're all so red right now. One more Thor shot would kill nearly all of them.
So, wow, tons of damage being done on both sides.
Now, who comes out ahead is the next question. I think Reality comes out ahead in terms of just true damage. Like, no economic damage really happened to Reality's base. He just lost a couple of tanks, which is scary. But
got like 6 SCVs, but
yeah,
pretty negligible.
There's no follow-up here, which is a big thing from ByuL. So he's going to just go into the late game and play from there, and it'll essentially be even. They're even on supply, actually, already. It's kind of scary for ByuL.
Look at that armory on the right side. I think that's out of range of the missile turret. Could get started on that one.
That would be a nice
snipe out a little upgrade here or there.
Or in the main base, though. He could just move over and start wailing away at them. Getting that creep spread out, very important. Want to try and jump on top of the mech army before it can set up. It's just going to be looks like the Roach Hydra Viper composition to start things off before he wants to go into Broodlords or anything like that.
Here's the thing about Deadwing for mech. You see instantly Reality is able to get that 4th base down, and there's not much that ByuL can do about it. It is so far away from ByuL's base that really all it can do is just go for a straight-on attack, but it is so safe to get that 4th base down.
Yeah, there's really no way you can deal with it. That one big choke for all 4 bases is what you have to defend against. That is perfect, absolutely perfect for Terran mech players.
It's part of the reason why Protoss is so good on this map. It's just you're so easily able to get a large amount of aces and just turtle pretty much, which both of those races are pretty good at doing.
Absolutely.
Look at this. There's the setup. It was a pretty interesting trade we just had with the mutas against the Vipers, or rather the Vikings.
Yeah, it was actually really in favor of ByuL. You know, at this point, mutas aren't going to do anything, so you can trade him with Vikings. As you transition into like Vipers and probably into Broodlords past that, you're going to do a lot of work. You're actually going to have a nice sort of composition for it. Getting rid of as many Vikings as you can. Look at this. Overlord scouts the Hellbat drop.
Done. It looks like ByuL doesn't want to commit to the attack yet. Okay, here he goes. Viper's joining up. May just go for some Blinding Clouds first.
If he gets the money, Blinding Clouds, this could be huge, and he does. This is going to be a pretty rough fight for Reality and a great sort of timing.
There are 2 tanks in the back. Those are the only 2 that are doing damage right now. And in a second, a third, even Blinding Cloud comes down. And just a huge concave for ByuL. He's doing so much damage.
Yeah, this is absolutely huge. The tanks are now back in action. But there's only 2 remain at this point. They're going to get shut down. All the SCVs at the 3rd are getting killed as well.
Oh my god. He cleared up so many of these tanks, and he's remaxing in Roach. His Reality is down to 107 supply as mech. He's desperately trying to get out tanks and Hellbats, but oh man, just so much damage being done here by ByuL.
Yeah, he can actually get behind the 3rd base if he wants to start picking away the SCVs. But he's going to pull back for now because those tanks are wailing away at the Hydras. He's going to force a lift on the 4th. Not enough Hydras to snipe it, unfortunately.
Yeah, mostly just Roach just coming across. Keeps 5 Hydras in the mix.
Is he going to try bulldoze this, or is he going to wait for Vipers? He could actually bulldoze this. There's only about 4 tanks to really drive them back, and that is a maxed out Roach Hydra army.
And at this point, if you look at where the tanks are, he has to cover that 3rd base and the backdoor rock, so they're pretty spread out.
Looks like ByuL going to wait for now, though. Might be waiting a little too long. He could actually, he really wanted to try and end this.
Yeah. At the same time, the Blinding Clouds, because those tanks are so spread out, it's going to be hard to catch him.
Here we go. It's going to be a bit of an awkward fight. He's going to go around the back with a bunch of Roaches. And it's going to be a hefty trade. Once again, SCVs are going to go down in throngs.
Just trying to trade him here. It looks like one Blinding Cloud comes down on one of those tanks, but ByuL gets a good enough position at this 3rd base to delay a lot of mining, kills a bunch of those SCVs, as you were saying, forces another lift, and the follow-up is mutas. 16 on the way. We see only tanks and Hellions on the way here for Reality. What does he have for anti-air? 3 Vikings and 2 Marines.
Yeah, that is not going to be enough. The 16 to 18 mutas now that have been constantly upgraded the whole game. I think they're currently sitting on +2, so they're going to do a lot of work. no turrets at all. This is going to be the checkmate mood Valve does.
No. Well, as we get this game finished up, what do you think was the biggest thing that Reality did wrong in defending that push? What could he have done better for all those Terrans out there?
Split his tanks more, put down a sensor tower so he knows it's coming. Those are probably the bigger things. Get your Vikings in place for Vipers.
Oh, yeah.
There's like a lot of things you could do in this kind of mix. These Vipers were pretty out of position chasing mutas on the right side of the map.
Yeah. It's all about the little things. They all add up, and you get a very one-sided fight like that. Look at this. He's got one missile turret and a couple of tanks, or rather a couple of Vikings, and he's desperately trying to make a bunch of these turrets, but it's just not going to be enough.
No, that's everything going down at this point. We actually might even see a GG scan come down. Reality knows he's essentially lost. There we go. He will tap out in just a moment's time, as is the way of things when Terrans scan the map. They go, oh, I lost somehow. Let me try and find out.
Scans the main. GG. CJ Antis will take the quick 3-0 today on the backs of Hero, ByuL, and ByuL, making it look easy in every single matchup. Very one-sided.
Yeah, very one-sided games. No surprise from the round 2 champions. They're just on another level, especially the Samsung, who have been struggling this year big time.
7th place so far against the 1st place, as you mentioned. Very, very hard matchup. I'm very interested to see what CJ Antis can do against some of these bigger teams in the future here. But starting off with a 3-0 in round 3, very nicely done.
Just get to see ByuL celebrate with his team for a moment before we go to the interviews. I'm sure we'll go through a few screens of stuff to get there as well. Yeah. Before we get to close this one out and go to the next match of MVP versus SKT1.
Who'd you pick as the MVP for this one?
Oh, man, it's a tough one.
It was just like 3 stomps, to be honest. So
oh, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the one with the most interesting game.
Probably ByuL then.
Yeah, I'd say ByuL.
But I don't know.
There's a lot of good, like, pulling apart of the Protoss, a lot of big drops and stuff. Some exciting moments that we can talk about in the game, at least.
A lot of back and forths as well.
We don't get to see them nearly as much as Hero and ByuL. I would like to see ByuL, actually.
Yeah, I think you might be right there. It should be ByuL. Get a little bit more of an in-depth view of this player that we don't get to see that much or hear talk at least.
Well, we're going to jump into that in just a second. Up next, we're going to have MVP versus SK Telecom T1 for the second matchup today of Pro League. So, guys, do not go anywhere. And, in fact, spread the word that is happening. And for today's match result, that clean sweep, the 3-0 from CJ Antis over Samsung Galaxy Khan, Hero over Bravo, ByuL over Deer, ByuL over Reality. Very one-sided.
Very one-sided. I think everyone kind of expected this. And I was really looking forward to seeing Ragnarok versus Hurricane just to see, what they had planned with Ragnarok.
It was the one match that I think could have gone either way.
Yeah.
It was the closest match of these 4.
That would have been a nightmare situation for CJ as well, because that could have just forced him to go to an ace match behind that.
Yeah, that's true.
We're not sure. So probably for the best, they just go for that 3-0 stomp.